welcome to another episode of Beyond the Headline, the show where we talk about matters pertaining to India's internal security and also geopolitical matters that are concerned to India somehow. And as always, joining me on the show is our senior correspondent, Vicky Nanjappa. Vicky, welcome to Beyond the Headline. So, Vicky, a very interesting topic today that we're going to talk about, though we talk about a lot of these issues on Beyond the Headline, but what makes this matter even more concerning is about why there should be a different stand when it comes to politics and national security. So time and again we have seen this thing that one particular section of the political class is very soft when it comes to national security, though they have been in power for a very long time, but their stand towards when it comes to India's national security has been very soft. And talking about what has just happened, a Congress leader has questioned that why the accused in the Mangalore blast has been named a terrorist, and so that creates a lot of question mark on the integrity of the grand old party. First of all,
Akash, actually, what you're calling as one section, I would like to call them as Congress and left liberals. That is one. Okay, that is another thing. And the interesting part about this whole thing about not calling Mohammad Sharik a terrorist. That guy himself wants to be called as that. That's the thing. So why you want to that's the whole thing. So, this being this totally apologetic and, this, vote bank politics. I would say that, agencies go through a lot of trouble in, investigating these cases. All these things are there. Who are these politicians to decide at the end of it? Okay, that is one thing. Okay, well, he's an accused. Nobody's called him a convict. There is a court of law that will decide. Okay. He's caught there with a cooker bomb, which is, which has exploded. You call him, alleged terrorist or, whatever said. And I don't understand this need actually.
So, Vicky, I just want to ask you over here this question. So, like, in what the investigation has been carried out by the security agencies, so this guy has actually said this thing that the target was a temple. So would a terrorist be only a terrorist when the attack takes place, and apart from that, he is not a terrorist?
No, that exactly was my point, Akash. The thing is, he himself wants to be called a terrorist, and these Congress guys are saying that I know why are you calling a terrorist? So what are you trying to say at the end of it? Burhan Wani is killed in a proper military action at the end of it. And you want to, just subject him and, call him as a son of a poor headmaster. Isn't that, kind of diverting the subject? There's no human rights for our army officers. There's no human rights for our police force. All these aspects are there. It was very clear what he was up to at the end of it. And Akash, I'm telling you, the statistics will speak. 2006 to 2013, the number of attacks by Indian Mujahideen. That is one. Okay, Indian. Mumbai, Delhi, Gujarat, Bangalore, one after the other, 4 people there, led by one Yasin Bhatkal, just going after this. Batla House encounter happened. What is the need for Sonia Gandhi to cry after that? That is one. Okay. And Akash, I myself have spoken to the former air chief, that is, Fali Major, who told me that these people had no intent to go and hit them at all after 26/11. Okay. I have spoken to a former deputy RAW chief who told me Balakot was mapped 16 years back. This one. It just needed guts to hit it. That is one thing. What is the need of going and crying on US shoulder? Those things. They do their own form of politics. They have funded them. They've given them F-16s. All these kind of things. We are capable of doing something. This is coming and hurting our background. And we have a political class here which is sitting and, kind of backing them. It's very, sorry, it's very unfortunate.
Right, Vicky. And I understand that, what kind of, when it comes to politics, but when it comes to national security, then there should be a line drawn between what is right and what is wrong. And when you put out, 26/11, so we all remember that, there was this kind of a Hindu terror angle that was being trying to give into it from the Pakistani side, and maybe to some extent the Congress was also thinking of, flaming that flame. And to some extent Digvijay Singh actually did that when he attended this book launch about 26/11 and the alleged involvement of RSS into it. So, but the matter, the question over here is the national security. As you said that, they had a very soft approach when it came to 26/11 also. Congress was in the regime. This was one of the most biggest terrorist attack that took place after 1993 Mumbai serial blasts, in which thousands of people were injured, hundreds were killed. Same kind of a thing happened. Those were bomb blasts. These were terrorists roaming on the streets of Mumbai. So the question arises, why this approach, this soft approach towards terrorism when you are in power, and then question the army, be it, that very hurtful statement that was given by Rahul Gandhi after the Tawang clash, and he said, "Hamare army jawan pit kar aa gaye." What does he mean by that? Doesn't that, kicks the army personnel right in the gut, saying that, hey, we are protecting the borders of this country with our lives, and you are saying that hum pit kar aa gaye?
I mean, I don't understand this person. Basically, that you want to insult our army at the end of it. I mean, that is one thing. I mean, I do not understand. The thing is, see, there are certain patrols which happen, where you're not supposed to carry weapons, and these Chinese come with, these clubs which are, spiked, and you have actually pushed them back at the end of it. What is your problem at the end of it? The thing is, you have a Rajiv Gandhi Foundation which has got a funding from the Chinese embassy. Okay, one thing. Okay. After Galwan clash, you're seen sipping soup with those Chinese people out there. That is one. I don't know what is this fashion which these people say is that, something wrong is happening to a country. So that is, they feel very, very happy about it. If after Uri strike, we go and, carry out a surgical strike, so what? After this one, Pulwama, we go and, hit Balakot, so what? I mean, are you feeling ashamed that your country is this one? I mean, you want to, this. I'll tell you one very interesting thing, Akash. Basically, what? The whole Nehru policy, which they, that very apologetic kind of policy, that's what they want to, follow. Somnath temple in Gujarat has been invaded over and over and over again. And then, after independence, our president Rajendra Prasad wants to go and inaugurate it. And Nehru says, does it look nice in terms of a secular policy? I mean, what are you talking about? There was a partition which happened. It doesn't hurt you at the end of it. And finally made Rajendra Prasad go and inaugurate it, not in his official capacity at the end of it. And Somnath temple was again attacked. That's the whole thing. So I don't know. Pitkar aage. I mean, I don't know what is wrong with him. I don't know who's feeding these things. I find it extremely concerning that, everything that comes, you kind of be apologetic. Even D.K. Shivakumar sitting and talking about, why you're calling Mohammad Shariq a terrorist. A man who himself is calling himself a terrorist. I mean, he may have a different language to it. He may be calling himself as a jihadi at the end of it. But that's what he was ultimately trying to do at the end of it. You have lost your own leader to terrorism, basically. Rajiv Gandhi, at the end of it. You need to be making more noise about those kind of things. That how are those convicts free, etc.
Very true, Vicky. So you very, aptly pointed out that, how the LTT carried out the Rajiv Gandhi assassination. And after that, we have seen this thing, that this kind of a soft approach towards terrorism from the Congress party. Though, when all of these 11 convicts were released by the state government and by the state court, it was the Congress leader, it was not the top brass of the, pardon, it was not the top brass of the Congress that was affected by it. It was the local Congress leaders who, petitioned against the release of these 11 people, saying that, no, this is absolutely wrong. So, to somehow, the top brass is a little bit soft, do you think, when it comes to politics, and where the Congress is sitting in the opposition for a decade now? While they were in power, we have seen that the kind of stone pelting incident that used to happen in Jammu and Kashmir, and then, the Burhan Wani case that you picked up, and when he was killed, there was a huge hue and cry on various platforms, saying that he was just a a son of a poor headmaster. But if you watch those photographs that were released, he was very proudly showcasing all those arms and ammunitions and everything. We all have seen those photographs, so that doesn't show that he had any remorse when it comes to these kind of actions. But why is that kind of a romanticizing the terrorists here in India? I don't see that happening in any other country. If we all remember, it was Digvijay Singh who called Osama bin Laden Osama G in a news conference.
Yeah, I mean, that's extremely strange, actually. Osama Ji, yeah, that is very true. RSS ki Sajish 2611, that was the book he went to, kind of release at the end of it. Akash, I'll be very honest with you. See, I was present there in Mumbai, a day later after that, covering that event or something. See, they were all wearing those saffron threads at that time. And had Kasab not been caught alive, God bless, that investigation would have gone some other way at that time. Because we were trying to dole up this issue of Hindu terror at the end of it. God alone knows what that term even means. Being soft on it. See, let me, just get a little bit, out of the realm of terror and just come down to the Shraddha Walker murder case. That is one. No, what is the need of understanding his psychology? Why? I mean, he was troubled, he was this one. I mean, why are we trying to understand the psychology? At the end of it, he's a killer at the end of it. That is one thing. Ajmal Kasab may have come here for the money, but that's the thing. See, there were so many aspects they were not even ready to look into. How, Akash, I want to tell you one thing. I mean, you go down to Mumbai at the end of it, you're 2 days old. You're not able to be, you're not going to be able to navigate that city so easily like the way these terrorists did. To say that they came 1 week in advance, UPA did not want to accept it. One thing. Okay, one thing. And of course, all the clothes they were wearing, it was very clear it was from Chor Bazaar in Mumbai. Okay, that is one thing. All right. The very fact that one burqa-clad lady, actually guided them up to Lady Kama Hospital, they don't want to accept it. That is one thing. India angle, they do not want to accept. And post that, the thing is, they all made up this one, we're going to hit Pakistan, we're going to hit Pakistan, we're ready for it. The Indian Air Force was ready for it, the Indian Army was ready for it, the Indian Navy was ready for it. But the government of the day did not take any call at that time. Okay, because this whole thing of exchange program, Pakistani actors coming and acting here, Shah Rukh Khan sitting and saying, Pakistan has got the greatest players and things. No, it just does not gel well. I mean, why don't we have any human rights when it comes down to our soldiers and our police personnel at the end of it? And why are all these human rights with Shraddha Walker's killers or, Kasab's this one and things like that? It's so hypocrite, I would say.
Right, Vicky, and but this when it comes to let it be, you didn't do anything when you were in regime, and nothing like sort of this happened. But when BJP is in the power, and when you hit back, be it the Pulwama attacks, be it the Balakot attack, and then why question? Why why not just say that, okay, yes, this happened and we are happy that this kind of an attack happened? Why does all the opposition all of a sudden stands up in the parliament and say, show us the proofs?
Exactly. I mean, when US took down Osama bin Laden, if you remember, Akash, they threw his body into the sea. That is one. Because they did not want any shrine coming up, and it becoming, one commemoration point out there where, everybody goes. So that's, nobody asked US for the proof. Ayman al-Zawahiri was killed recently in one drone strike. Nobody asked for any proof. Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi was also killed during the Donald Trump regime. Nobody asked for any proof. When it comes to us, it's all proof. It's proof, proof, proof. Now, the thing is, it went to Balakot, we had a strike. How many people died? I mean, is that important? Or the fact that your Indian Air Force has gone and beaten down that Jaish-e-Mohammed facility and come, isn't that more important? That we have made a statement that you come after our Jawans, you come after our people, we are going to actually hit you back. That is one thing. That is more important. No, these people, as I said, Akash, these people are in a totally apologetic mood. There's a Gulami ka aadat pad gaya. That is, that is the whole problem there. Okay, so somebody is saying something, okay, fine, we have to listen to it and things like that. That is not what this India is today anymore. We want to reclaim our culture, we want to reclaim our history, we want to reclaim a lot of things. it was always nice, in the sense, when I was talking to Fali Major sir, he was once saying that, is it more important to go and hit Pakistan after 26/11 or wait for Barack Obama to come and then we complain about these things? The same Barack Obama was there. David Headley came and went 100 times. He went and he entered Mumbai as well as Pune at the end of it. Anything happened? So that is what I'm saying. Today, they're not able to comprehend at the end of it that, we lead a lot of things. We are not going to take things lying down. We're not going to take things on our chest. We're going to put it on their chest at the end of it.
Very true, Vicky. And also, like what has happened in terms of UNSC also, we have seen that, the kind of statements that are coming out of Pakistan right now, attacking the Prime Minister on a very personal level. And so that shows that, Pakistan to a lot of extent is a little bit scared in terms of when it comes to India. And I was seeing this very interesting viral video a few days ago where, the people in Pakistan are in an absolute la-la land. They believe that, what the army in the Pakistan has painted a picture is that they have won the Kargil war, and the kind of picture that has been portrayed there in Pakistan is absolutely opposite to what has happened in reality.
That is true. See, today when I look at, Pakistan, I find them to be a very small country. Something that, you can just handle them this way. But yeah, Bilawal Bhutto coming and making that stupid statement, basically. I mean, at the end of it. I mean, see, Akash, one thing is there is diplomacy, and one, you call out a China, you call out a Russia or something. When you start making personal attacks, it just shows how desperate you are at the end of it. To call a PM the butcher of Gujarat was actually a very, very low-level, desperate comment. That is, because your country, you're clearly not able to do anything about it. I mean, where is Jaishankar at the end of it? Where is Bilawal Bhutto? I mean, it's like, night and day. There's no this one. And when Jaishankar says, when you're talking about terror, you're calling the wrong minister, actually. So that is one thing. It is desperation, Akash. At that one thing. See, number one, they are totally in a China debt trap. That is one thing. And another thing, this is not the India which is going to keep quiet and just listen to whatever you're going to say or something like that. This Bhaichara is not going to work anymore. That's one thing. And always remember one thing: before they say anything, you were in the Financial Action Task Force. You have been called out many times by the US in this one. Even in the Samjhauta Express blast, it was Arif Kasmani, the Pakistani guy, who was behind it. So there is no need for them to come and tell tales about us, considering the instability they are in. And we all know who controls Pakistan. It is the Pakistan army at the end of it. And, Imran Khan going there, your mother was assassinated, your father was hanged because of corruption and things like that. Is that what it is? Our India is very different, in the sense, the army also is set up in such a way is that they want the democratic policy to follow. They've had a General Pervez Musharraf, they've had a Zia-ul-Haq, all these kind of things. I think Bilawal Bhutto is nothing but a joke.
True that, Vicky. So I hope that, on this note, I would like to end the show. But yes, the question remains that till when, we will see this kind of a soft approach toward terrorism on the political front. You have to call spade a spade, and you have to take a strong action, and you have to take a united stand when it comes to terrorism, irrespective of whatever religion is there behind any of those attacks. Well, on that note, thank you very much, Vicky, for joining me on Beyond the Headline.
Thanks, Akash. Thank you.